Today I will show you how to put an image inside the text and how to make text appear out of an image. So let's start. Hi guys, my name is Nemanja Sekulic and welcome to another fun and interesting episode. So let's jump straight into Photoshop and let the fun begin. Alright guys, today we will have fun with this interesting and colorful image of roses. And let's first select the text tool here, press T on the keyboard or just press here on the text tool icon and press somewhere on an image. And let's type colors, like so, and press OK. With Control Command T, let's make this text bigger and holding a shift of course, because otherwise it will be something like so. We don't want that. Okay. And make this a lot bigger, something like so. And then let's unlock this layer and move it up like so. Great. The next thing what we need to do is to clip this image to a text layer. How to do that? It's pretty easy. I already showed you a few times. Just hold Alt or Option key between those two layers and you will have a new icon. Just click it. And now this image is clipped to this text layer. That means that this image only affects the shape of this text. Right, we can now select the text and go here to Move tool or just press V on the keyboard and we can move this text, make it smaller or bigger, rearrange it anywhere we want in an image. And it's really cool effect. You can do a lot of interesting things with that. Let's make it bigger again and let's hold Control Command key and make a new layer, only one, below and fill it with some color. Okay, this is some dark gray color, it's good. And now again we can move and have fun with that. We can go to again text option here and press somewhere between these letters and we can hold Alt or Option key and left and right arrow and we can make this text closer or more away like so. You can play with that as much as you want. For example, if you want to make something like so, say OK, or you can go here to the character options. If you don't have this icon here, you can find it under the window and character here, and you will find this, and you can modify this text like so, make it smaller, closer or far away. But that's the same by holding Alt or Option key and just using the arrows. It's really nice. You can do a lot of stuff. You can even change the font if you want. You can change the size. Let's change the font, for example. Let's use this font and it's really nice. You can maybe, let's go here and like so, make it more like so. You can press return or select everything and use this option here and make it closer, or Alt or Option key and just up and down arrows and rearrange this and make something like so if you want to achieve something like this effect. The point here, you can do anything you want. Let's undo a few times and let's bring back these colors here. Alright, if you need, you can always move this, but if you find some part of the image that you want to see through this text layer, you can position it here and then select the image and the text layer and move it all together, and with Control Command T you can make it all together smaller or bigger and put it somewhere in your design. And now you have great colors with some roses as a background. Alright, that's one thing what I want to show you today. The second thing, let's go to another image. Okay, this one, and now I will show you how to pop the text out of an image, how to make text appear out of an image. It's great for making watermarks or some other effects you will see right now. Okay, let's type some text in this image. Press T on the keyboard for text tool and let's type, for example, coffee. Like so, great. And Control Command T for transform tool and with the shift. Wow, nice. Let's make this a little bit bigger, like so. Great. And if you want, you can always change the font if you don't like the font, but let's use I don't know. Let's use this one. It's interesting. All right. And let's reposition it somewhere here, like so. Alright, the next step is to load the selection out of this text layer and then to make a copy of a background layer from that selection. So let's do that. First, let's press Ctrl Command key and just press on the text layer to load this selection. It's so easy. Alright, the next, let's hide this text layer because we don't need it anymore. We only need this selection. And let's go to the background, press Ctrl Command J to make a copy of this selection here. Let me show you. Let's move this. It's invisible, it's visible. And we can position this anywhere we want. We can even make it smaller, position it somewhere here, like so, if we want it, or make it somewhere here, etc, etc. But let me undo a few more times. Alright, like so. The layer is still here. And now we will load some layer styles on this text layer. Double click on the layer. Okay, and we have layer style dialog box here. And let's use, for example, bevel and emboss here. And wow, already something is interesting. Let's use the drop shadow. Nice. We can change the shadow angle here. We can change the size of the shadow, make it harder or a little bit softer. We can spread it, but we will not use that. We can make it even more far away, like now text it's appear like it's floating over the table, but we don't want that in this example. But just to know that you can do that, etc, etc. Experiment. You can choose this quality of the shadows, different type of shadows, like so, etc, etc. But we will use this. We can always change the opacity, and that's it. For this example, let's leave it like so. All right, and now we have text out of this image. That's great. But what if we change our mind and we want to move this text across the image, to move it on some other part of the image? Let me show you what happens. If we move this, we are moving only this part of the image, only this part of texture here. And sometimes that's great. If we want to make design like so, it's really, really good. But if we change our mind and we don't want this part of the texture of the background layer, but we want, for example, this one or maybe this one, we can do that pretty easily, but on different way. Let's make this go away. Let's hide this and let's duplicate the background layer. We need 2 copies of background layer. Everything is the same. Let's make the selection of this text layer, Control or Command, and just click on the layer. As you can see, the selection is active, and just make a mask on this layer here while the selection is active. Nice. Now, as you can see, we have the mask out of this selection, and we will copy all these effects by holding Alt or Option key and just put it on this layer. We have the same effect, and let me show you, exactly the same as before. But we now have it on a mask. What it's really good, because now if we unlink the layer from a mask, we can only move a mask, and what's happening? We are moving only this effect, and now we can change our mind. We can put it here or here or here or here, I don't know. Even you can use this method to make your watermarks on your images. You can type your name or anything you want to protect maybe your images if you want to do that, etc, etc, and put it somewhere here, something like so, or put it somewhere here, etc, etc. That's really nice. And anytime you want, you can change some effect. For example, let's double click on drop shadow here, and we want to make this maybe effect like so, or we can add some stroke around. Let me see, let's change the color to yellow maybe, like so, and make it bigger. And now if we move that, oops, sorry, not the layer, the mask. If we move that, we are moving a whole effect. What it's really nice. Alright guys, you just saw how you can manipulate the text and the image to achieve some creative and interesting result. How to put the image inside the text and how to pop the text outside of an image. I hope that you like this tutorial and that you learned something new out of it. There is a lot of creative things what you can do with this. Just play, have fun, experiment. If you have any questions at all, please be free to ask them in a comment below, and see you next week in the next video. Bye bye. Don't go yet. Let's change some colors outside of the Photoshop. 1, 2, 3. Now you can go. But please, be quiet about this, because I have 2 cards.